Hello, this is SD. I hope that you are well. We're going to go for run number 5 on this streak. We beat Stealth B. It's out of the way already. And we've rolled Crystal B this time, which is a substantially better ship. This is one of the best ships in the game as opposed to the single worst. The ship starts closer to having the cloaking hacking cycle than any other ship in the game. It's the only ship that starts, well, kind of it doesn't, because the stealth ships have cloaking as well, or Stealth A and Stealth B do, but they don't have shields. This is the only ship in the game that has cloaking and shields. All you need is to add hacking, which is obviously significantly... There are ships that have shields and hacking, but they need to get cloaking, and hacking is half as expensive as cloaking, more or less. So you're very, very close to being invulnerable already. And you also have a 4-person teleporter with these really overpowered crystal crew. The only real hard thing with this ship is you don't have any way to deal with Zoltan shields or auto ships at the beginning of the run. So there are certain fights you just can't do, and you need to just leave. But it has incredible long-term power and quite good short-term power as well, so... Actually, I should park one of these guys in sensors so I know what I'm boarding into. So they're going to be running these two into the teleporter anyway. My preference is to board with all 3 crystals in most cases. So let's... Oh, no, I don't want to move you as part of the jump because I want you in sensors. Well, we get 5 full damage. So that's not a great start, but whatever. I don't really like nebulas on this ship because fights there are more likely to be auto ships, which obviously we can't do anything to. So let's maybe steer around that. Okay, it's important when you have text on this ship to make sure to read the text carefully, because this is a small rebel ship. If it was an auto ship, it might well say so there, but it probably would. This isn't, this is an actual ship. So we know it's fine for us to board. And what we're going to do is board weapons, and we want to immediately engage Crystal Lockdown. The timing to keep the second crew member out is quite tight. I clunked a bit early there. Also, I should be venting this. A couple of little misplays now. Keep this guy out until I can break this. Okay, cool. And we've won now. So, we took 1 damage that we probably should not have taken. We should have active cloaked when this was coming in. Of course, we might have taken that damage anyway. Cool, we get a crew member on the first one, as well as enough scrap to get the shield buffer immediately. That is very good. I'm going to park the rock in the teleporter for now. They might eventually end up becoming my pilot, but for the moment I want them ready to go over immediately because rocks are really, really, really slow. There's nothing there. Go here. I mean, we can strictly kill this ship. I don't think it's probably worth it. But yeah, we could just let the solar flare blow. I mean, it's going to go off at least once anyway, so we'll see what happens. If it goes off in a useful spot, like if it hits their weapons particularly, it might actually be worth staying. But as things are, you know, we can have our shields ionized with this ion charger and then get blasted by the mini beam. tried to flash my shields to prevent that, but of course... They did take 2 damage there, although neither of them was in a system. Crystals had a hidden debuff against fighting fires, by the way. They're quite bad at it, and it's not something that's actually explained in game. Flash my shields. One damage. I think we may be just want to leave. See what they're doing with the ion. That's probably the primary. Yeah, they're firing this at 3 points of charge. I do not want that to hit me. So let's just leave. Like, that was going to hit me just as the solar flare went off. That was going to be too much. You don't need much scrap on this ship at all, as previously indicated. Screw it, I'm going to just board with 3. You don't need very much scrap on this ship, so if you have the option... In fact, you take any damage here. You don't need very much scrap on this ship because of how strong you are to begin with. So I would tend to be quite conservative in terms of what risks I take early on, especially with your crew. Make sure there's not a chance of losing your crew, because that's one of the only ways this ship can get into an unwinnable position. Cool, we made enough scrap to upgrade our shield. But yeah, you don't need to stay around in fights to try to eke out bits of scrap. Or at least you need to do that less than probably any other ship in the game. Like, NGC is the best ship in the game because it's the one that's hardest to have things go wrong early. This ship does have certain enemies that can really screw you over. But this ship, once it gets rolling, is the strongest in the game. No, we are not using any drone parts. I will take these nebula jumps. As always, I want, when playing a boarding ship, to find the teleporter blue option event. That is always very helpful. You go help out. These two can fight. Actually, let's swap you around. There we go. There's a store. We can go there to sell the Crystal Vengeance augment. That is terrible and on Crystal B actively dangerous because it can kill your crew. We're going to stick this idiot on the naughty stat. This one. Crystal B. Oh, yeah, of course. That's a little annoying. Makes it quite difficult to vent this specific room. Let's see. Let's vent them out of this room specifically. Get them somewhere a little bit less irritating to vent, and then I can naughty step them. There we go. Let's equalize the air for a moment. There we go. Now, we can do this. And the air should run out everywhere on the ship, and he now has to go and stand in that room, because it's the only place where he can breathe. And having accomplished that, we can go get some combat training. You can't come back, so we can break everything on the ship at our leisure. Just make sure to break oxygen last, because otherwise you might have problems. Once everything is broken, we'll warp back and kill this guy on our ship. Obviously, we'll re-oxygenate it. And get these people in here, and you're gonna fight in the sensor room. There we go. One moment. Okay, we're back. Oops. We're back and apparently trying to kill all of my crew again. I do not need to keep a streak of inadvertently killing a bunch of my crew by being a dumbass. I'm only trying to streak together wins. Let's turn speed hack on to get my air back in a remotely reasonable time frame. There we go. So store there and out. The exit in this sector is unfortunately in a really terrible location. I am going to buy the clone bay here, so that I have a way to kill auto ships. I could potentially have bought one of these weapons, and the one I would have bought, well, I couldn't have bought this. In fact, the only one I could have bought would have been the Hermes, and that's not a terrible thing, because I like having a Hermes as support on a boarding ship, but I would need to spend 65 more scrap to actually do anything with that, whereas I can use the clone bay right away. There it is! Awesome. Okay, so my Rockman will now become my full-time pilot. Actually, I can save my Mantis in sensors because he has the fastest movement. Fend for ourselves, attack and escape. Okay. You lock down. I'm going to cloak preemptively here, because this could hit me through cloaking, but it's not going to be able to hit me if I break things fast enough. Although actually I think that was a mistake. I should not have done that. Indeed it was. Well, so much for my judgment there. Whatever. You're dead now. Wow. We are up to 6 crew already in Sector 1. The unfortunate thing about using a clone bay with crystals is they take a really long time to vent. I know the clone bay is actually active, so I will in fact turn speed hack on. Let's save my new NG in engines where he can run around and fix things. Civilian. Normally distress beacons are quite bad on this ship, but I now have a clone bay, I have an NG, and I have a rock. Don't know that Mantis have very many distress blue options. They do have a few blue options, but I don't think they tend to turn up in distress beacons. Yeah. These are basically the same. They give a low scrap report. We also get a bunch of consumables. Of course, now this nebula is significantly better anyway, because if we do fight any auto ships, well, I can deal with them. Already seen those, so the nearest place we can see stores are here and here. We can take the majority of this nebula. So yeah, we can fight these guys. Here I can free cloak, because this breaks in 6.25 seconds. Now I do need to also break this before I can safely take my shield down. Unfortunately they had the buffer, but we were still able to break it before any of our crew died. And now we just need to constantly make sure that when the missile gets fixed that we have 2 people ready to board. I'll stick the NG in there just in case. It can sometimes be a little bit awkward to do this because crystals take so long to suffocate. Yeah, so I do indeed need the NG. The Mantis on his own would not break this in time. But the 2 of them together, they do so. And yeah, we'll just board with 2 crew ad infinitum until they die. But only when they actually get the point of repair. These will actually desync, and this will start repairing faster than weapons, but because basically when this was completely broken, this got a point of repair on it and then it was fixed, so there wasn't still repairs going on, obviously. This, on the other hand, fixed 1 system level, but it still had 2 more to fix, so the repairs were still going on, so it's now 6.25 or so seconds ahead. So yeah, it'll be about 6 seconds after that happens that this will get fixed. But that's fine, because they need level 2 drones before they can actually power the combat drone, and we can always intervene before that happens and stop it. Because it takes 37 seconds for them to get a single point of repair on any system. 37.5, I believe. Got far enough ahead that these 2 should actually break this again. And yeah, that actually resets things quite nicely. I might not actually survive long enough for this to fix and then get broken. But the crystal will survive long enough, and I think they should be able to break it on their own. Let's find out. Actually, I can start the NG in my sensor, so it doesn't really matter here anyway, so I'll actually move him back. But when I get out of the huge nebula, I can move the NG into sensors, so I'll start there. And then I can run into engines. As long as this doesn't hack anything important, and it hasn't, we can get training here. I'm only going to train the rock and the NG, and it will only be on the two evade things. I mean, as demonstrated, we sometimes need to send the NG over to board things anyway. You go here, you go there. Yeah, mostly now we just need to get hacking. The ship is the one that players will use to do what's called golf run, which the aim of a golf score run is to win with the lowest score possible, hence golf score. And this is by far the best ship to do it on, although Stealth A and Zoltmay can do pretty reasonably as well. This is the one that has been used to achieve the lowest scores while still winning. You know, the point that I'm at now, if I got hacking, I could almost just skip directly to the boss, ignore most fights, and just upgrade off fights that are unskippable. Or events where I just get scrapped for jumping to a beacon. Let's see. Now we're gonna board. I could actually use the speed hack to continue to make this process faster, but I'm not arrogant enough to do that after what happened on the main sequel. You, as the viewer, always do have the option of skipping over tedious fights or turning the speed up. But I am chastened and will do it the old-fashioned way. I don't need to send the NG over though and lose my skill that I just obtained, because these aren't threatening to me. I'll just wait until there's a crystal. I also won't need to, when I come to send these two over, I won't need to wait until these get repaired. I can send them to break stuff on the other side. That desync that happened on the last ship won't happen here, I think, because... Actually, it might, because I think hacking is only level 1. If they were both level 2, it would not occur. Oh no, they are in fact both level 2, so it will not occur. Cool. I will punch down your shields, despite having no conventional weapons. And after saying that, I ban you out of shields for some reason. Now I can turn speed tackle. Okay, there's a store. We have plenty of time to farm up more scrap to buy, ideally, hacking and some consumables and maybe a cheap weapon like a heavy laser to pop Zoltan shields with. 4v4. Now speed hack is safe to turn on because I'm definitely going to win 4v3. Oh yeah, I should be preventing that room because it's kind of annoying. if a fire starts in there, it can be very, very difficult to put it out in time because there's only the one external vent nearby, and this other one is all the way down here. This ship also has quite bad venting, but it's not as bad as Stealth B. It has 4 external vents instead of 3. It's definitely like bottom 10. We're going to temporarily jump out of the nebula, so I might as well take a look into what I'm boarding into. It's not enormously important since there's basically nothing I could board into that's capable of standing up to what I'm boarding with. Could I please stop having these stupid events? Just waste of fuel. Vent the Mantis out in the clone bay because otherwise they're just going to get vented again after they clone, which I then proceeded to do anyway. Whatever. I'll go into the next fight like this. Attack the auto ship. Our pilot has been mind controlled. You distract him. I think if I pre-cloak, I can take this missile down, because they'll take that offline first. Oh, no, apparently not. Damn it. Well, if I'd lost my Mantis there, it would have been my own damn fault. The reason I'm doing it is that obviously, if you pre-cloak something, you know, you can't be hit by a shot that never gets fired at you, whereas you can get hit through cloaking, as we saw in the Stealth B run to some effect. But that was predicated on my assumption that when I did 1 point of damage, this would go down first, which I should have thought through a bit more fully. Let's go board. I can now knock this offline. And now I can safely pre-cloak, so I only need to do 1 point of damage. And we're just gonna wait and board into weapons when they get them fixed so I don't take more damage. One danger is if they fix the mind control one of the people boarding, it could be bad. Cool, we can afford hacking. It's just the AP drone we have to sell, yes. I have at least one more jump to take before store. That jump had nothing at it. I have to go there, our fuel is too low. By all the fuel, ignore this stuff, we're holding out to get hacking. You can actually backtrack and go up here. The jump below only leads to the exit. this leads to the corner, which should show at least one other store. Only one other. I'm happy to dive this sector because it's a nebula dive. We've not made very much scrap for a civilian sector with a big nebula. We're just finding so many empty beacons, my god. I may actually be diving before I enter the nebula now. I think I may have miscalculated, but it's fine. Okay, we're not going to see another store this sector then. But yeah, I think we're diving at the jump after this. I should have measured that a bit more carefully. Okay, well, we get a nice thing. Yes, we are indeed diving there. I'm going to upgrade these things just because of that. That was a silly misplay on my part. Gonna actually board and kill this ship because I want fuel. Just let them all run in here. And then we chain lockdowns together. Cloak. I can't vent my crew, unfortunately, so I'm not at full health for this fight, and more importantly, my stuff is on cooldown. I should have waited before coming back. That was a mistake. Well, we're going to take a bit of damage here. Since my shields were down there, that was a hit through cloak. Normally the hit detection occurs where the shield bubble is. Because there was no shield bubble powered there, the hit detection occurs when it's sort of passing through the room that it'd be hitting, which in that case was piloting. Oh, you don't need it. This fight's a little annoying because they're going to do the big long cloak and we have to worry about the bomb. Actually, we don't need second shield. But we can make it quite safe. Like, if that had bombed my clone bay, which would have been the worst thing they could have targeted, we have an engine to run and fix it. Oh yeah, we also have a heavy laser now, so we can punch their shields down and make this less tedious. My heavy laser is better than yours. See? We're currently 8 scrap short of being able to afford hacking. we should be able to repair that fairly quickly. Obviously, that would involve selling the heavy laser, which I don't want to do, but I would do it if it was available. So I'd rather make 33 scrap and be able to have hacking and the heavy laser. So, now we take the dive fight. It's a Nebula dive, there'll be no ASP. They have quite good weapons anyway, but we're going to just board and kill them, and they don't really get to make much use out of those good weapons. Now that my cloaking is upgraded, I'm going to keep doubling down on my mistakes. Except this time I think it's not a mistake. Yeah, they just never even get to fire those. And we're off to the next sector, no worse for wear. Nebula or Pirate? We'll go Pirate. Nebula sectors can be interesting with... We have a rock and we have a teleporter. Those are both things that give quite good blue options in Nebulas. But Pirate sectors also have slavers and are not possibly zero store sectors. It does give us fewer choices for next sector because it gives us... Oh god, there's this little tail of this sector that is completely worthless. I'll go here because even if I'm not going to go to that beacon, it still means that I know whether or not there was a store there. This is a battle we can safely pre-cloak. 1 damage to either of drones or weapons means we take 0 damage. We'll board shields subsequently, but we need to wait to actually have crew available to do that, and then we can heavy laser them down. I'll probably actually clone my first crystal, board this side again, and break them anew, and then board over onto the other side. When I can. Sorry, I'm being phoned from a number that I do not recognize at all. This is apparently in Bedford, which is a place I have no associations with whatsoever that I'm aware of, so I was attempting to hang the call up, and it took a while to let me do that. Them having level 1 weapons here does not matter. I'll just board them with my 1 Mantis to make sure that it stays at that. He'll do 1 damage. But now I can heavy laser things down as well. No store there. There could be one at one of these 2 beacons. I will not be finding out. Destroy and loot the ship. Yay, we can afford hacking now. Without selling the laser. Listen to their offer. Okay. So we have to do this without killing all of the crew on the enemy ship, which is a little annoying since our ship is generally better at doing that. But it can be done. since we have crystal lockdown. Critical thing is to take those weapons out so that we can make the fight safe. We can pre-cloak this one as well now that we have level 2 cloaking. No, you get out too. They have very punchable crew. Also, it doesn't matter if we kill one of them, we just can't kill 2 of them. So that is worth remembering. Yeah, if we punch enough systems down. Especially with the benefit of the lockdown power. Just gonna make sure we don't have any annoying interruptions. You dance around like this for a bit. Okay, well the NG's dead, but it doesn't say to not kill any of them, it just says don't kill all of them. Let's warp back and let them fix things for a bit, and then we'll warp back over. They cannot fix their internal doors. They can fix the door system, but they cannot fix the actual internal doors. Also, when we board again, we'll just board with 2 crystals, and this time we'll have the lockdown power on both of them, so we can just board into shields and lockdown. Hopefully they don't suffocate. Oh, of course, we need to be wary of that as well. That's an issue. Oh, we can close that. Mullet and Maria. There we go, let them live. Nice. Yeah, you really need a free flak on this ship. Anyway, that's why it's worth sticking around it. In that case, normally it's grinding out crew kills that's worthwhile. In this case, it's grinding out a not crew kill. I could upgrade onto using that right now, but that would take me away from being able to afford hacking. I also would like to have 100% cloak evade. I'm going to get the engine upgrade, maybe. Yeah. No, we're not taking a bribe from a ship that can't hurt us unless that goes into somewhere important. Good, that thing's switched off. Oh, but I can't actually... Alright, we'll fix the breach at the end of the fight. They'll just get distracted punching that, and then they'll take damage. I'll use the people I'm going to vent anyway to do this at the end. Hull breach, depriving you of oxygen, eh? Couldn't be me. You don't need venting. You do. Okay, we don't see a store, so let's buy that power bar. They don't have a med bay, so we'll just board them somewhere in a 4-tile room. This crew is very, very squishy. Okay, it's not completely squishy, sadly. They might damage us if they luck into lining that up with an asteroid, which they did. Okay, there's a store, but we can take more jumps before we have to go there. Although on the other hand, I can buy hacking right now, so I suppose I should see. Seems to me like I get a better sector if I do that, in addition to it being an option. It's like if I go there now, I suppose I could go there. I could do this store and then circle around. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's the best sort of compromise between maximizing scrap opportunities at the store and minimizing the odds that we just, the next jump is a death ship and we die. Well, nothing happens. Guess we take this as well. And again, nothing happens. So yeah, our ship is basically ready. Obviously, I want hacking too and get some other upgrades, but... we'll sell 5 for 15. I probably want a missile weapon at some point, but I don't currently have it. It's not strictly necessary since I have very strong conventional guns and I could just add, a burst one or whatever and go gun shipping. And, I don't have those things now, so I might as well push towards getting the upgrades that make me basically invincible. I don't think I need to hack here. We should just be able to break these weapons before they can do anything of consequence to us. Give me scrap. I would buy hacking too right here, but of course I can't. I'm not going to bother venting you. You'll be at very slightly less than full health next sector. Not next sector, next encounter. That event has now damaged us twice. Good lord, that fire is spreading. Might actually burn the system down because I was a bit slow to get it vented. Nope. Might as well hold my scrap. I know there's no encounter at the exit, so I can see if there's an immediate store next sector before I get hacking too, which is what I will do if I'm spending my scrap. Into the Uncharted Nebula. I wish I had more fuel, but whatever. Attack the ship. I'm not sure we needed to hack here either, but... just lock them out and break their stuff. A lot of the time, Crystal Lockdown does a lot of the things on a boarding ship that you want hacking to do, which means you can theoretically just, you got a 4-tile room, you board it with your 3 crystals, you lock it down, you cloak whatever their first volley is, and you chain the lockdowns together, and you should have punched through a very large amount of whatever system it is you're hitting by the time it's relevant. I don't think I need to board here. Not board. I don't think I need to hack here. I will board. I don't need to board, but I'm going to. Level 2 mind control, unfortunately. Go start working on that. It's most important to hit these. Okay. I thought that would completely destroy the system. It hasn't, but the thing it's left up doesn't matter anyway, so. I was more concerned about the bomb. Still have not seen a store, so let's buy more power. Layout in this sector sucks. We will offer to lead them out of the nebula. We get a bunch of scrap, and more importantly, we get 3 fuel. This ship is not too bad. This fight would be many, many times more dangerous if instead of 2 beam drones, they had a combat drone and a beam drone. As it is, 1 point of damage on their weapons, and we cannot be hurt. I think the fact that we've been fighting quite a lot of auto ships, in addition to being nice for my to buy a clone bay, I think it's one of the reasons at least that our fuel is quite low, because although I don't have, you know, a definitive way of pointing at this, I would need to examine the event text carefully. My feeling is, from experience, that auto ships are more likely to give you rewards that are just scrap. Like a lot of the events where it's like a cache or something like that, you'll get a lot of just scrap with no consumables, and then you'll get a second potential part of the reward that might give you resources, or it might give you a lot of, you know, some scrap and a drop. So that is one way you can end up with less fuel. But boarding runs in general are more likely to end up in sort of feast or famine mode with fuel, because of how the crew kill reward table works for normal ships. We can find an actually safe fight. We can train people on weapons now because we have a heavy laser. We might be able to create one by, say, if we had this ship but we managed to breach their weapons, it would then be a safe fight. We could let them fix their shields and do it that way. Unfortunately, we only got the breach as they were dying. Barely worth turning speed hack on here, but we'll still do it. This fight is also quite safe. One point of damage in weapons once again means we can't be hurt. I won't need to board this again. Go shave a tiny bit of time off this. Give me more crew. You can man weapons. Crystals are better boarding crew than Mantis, by the way, because of the lockdown power. We will attack this pirate. I don't think we need to hack this either, because their weapons are not very dangerous. Let them all run into here so that we can kill them faster. If we cloak that, it doesn't matter whether we're cloaked the laser. And it looks like they, well, because of the rock, I think they might manage to fire that. Nope, they still didn't. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your sojourn in weapons. You're not in there anymore. Put you in there for now. I might, if I find another training ship, I might move this Zoltan into engines and put the NG elsewhere. Okay, we found the store. It was an annoying process, but we did find it. There's a bunch of silly weapons that we don't need. Supply consumables, full repair. Actually, let's do this. Now we have locked in the true cloak hack cycle. We'll do this as well. We'll work on getting flak, and we're going to go distress here, dive. The slug crew member is tempting, but spending scrap on crew when I already have a full crew is silly. Okay, here is a training opportunity. Kill this slug. I want to take this breach missile offline, but leave the laser. I'm going to do one more point of damage just to make sure if I can't flip them. Okay, cool. We can now train all the skills that we want on everyone, so we're going to do that. I need you to not break shields. I'll wait until I can get all my crew back and then I will do the rotation. So I think probably what I want is Mantis on weapons, Zoltan on engines, and NG on doors. Although actually I might as well put you in shields here because we're going to do training. There are certain things the Rock and the NG already have training on, but what? I think I can turn this up more. In the Mantis has some engine skill already. How nice. If I get the chance, I'll probably throw this other Mantis off the ship. I would ideally replace them with a slug, put the slug and pilot it. I mean, even more ideally, I'd find the crystal secret detector and I could replace this Mantis with a crystal. I have previously on this channel done a run where I had 8 crystals. It was quite entertaining, but expensive. So you go here, you go here, you go here, you go there. Like, why are you not gaining pilot skill? That's... Okay, so we have full pilot and engine, so let's do this so that all the shots into our shields miss. Miss, all of them hit. Having talked about golf, of course, now I want to... I suppose I should put on the ideas thing that next time I'm through a streak, maybe I'll do a golf run or two. I don't like when I know other players who they'll rotate in and out streak runs, and they'll just decide in advance or state in advance, yeah, this is or isn't a streak run. I don't like doing that. I like it when I'm on a streak. Those are the only FTL runs I play. It felt quite strange to me a while ago when I went to my boyfriend's house and he had bought this game and had it newly set up, and I was in the middle of a streak, but I played a couple of games on his computer to still unlock some chips for him, and that felt strange. There we go. So, we're all ready now. That means we can actually get back to winning the fight. I guess I might as well send over this injured person to kill the remaining slug. These guys basically all have maximum combat training already. Actually, I suppose the Mantis doesn't, but whatever. Mullet, no! You two go avenge Mullet. $52 scrap. Yeah, I reckon I could beat the flagship right now if I really had to. Having only 2 shield bubbles would suck, but I think I could do it. Oh, for God's sake. I'm not usually as casual about giving missiles away on porting ships, but I have really good conventional guns, so it doesn't matter that much. Stop trying to escape. Civilian. This ship has good weapons, I definitely want to hack it. They're never escaping this room. Cool. So yeah, that's the 2 in 9 high scrap, or high fuel rather, reward for boarding, and it's quite nice, but basically boarding runs, whether you have loads of fuel or not, tends to revolve around how often you hit that outcome as opposed to some of the other outcomes you can get for crew killing. Excuse me. What have you got? Oh, we have our endgame weapons now. These are ridiculous. I don't normally invest so heavily into conventional guns on a boarding ship, but I mean, we got a heavy laser and a flak for free, so... And we're also ludicrously far ahead of the curve. I don't care about that store. No. Civilian sectors today have not been very good. Okay, this is the event that sometimes can be better to not crew kill, but I'm gonna just do it because it's much easier for me to get crew kills than ship kills, even though I do now have my weapons sort of online. Well, some of them anyway. No repairing things. Just use the fire to kill my crew off. Let them all in. I missed when I tried to click the hacking button. The only thing I could want at a store at this point other than consumables are augments, so I'm not really that concerned about going to them. Long-range scanners will be nice, a backup DNA bank will be nice, Zoltan Shield bypass will be nice. But they're all in that sort of category. With these guns, stealth weapons would be very fun. Is 74 worth going to a store with? Nah, let's skip it. Yes, we can indeed board the ship and agree to capture this ship. This is a guaranteed weapon drop, but it is very important that you do not blow the ship up here, because if you do blow the ship up in spite of the warning, you take, I believe, 15 damage. And you also don't get the weapon, needless to say. I don't think we need to hack here. These weapons are slow as hell, and you have no medical unit. Loke. No shooting for you. Well, you might shoot the Vulcan when he wants. I got distracted, and I did it again. At least I did catch myself from venting my crystals. Okay, I guess I need to stop doing that, because That happened because the speed hack thing in the cheat engine has one box that has entering the speed with your keyboard, and one below it that has it as a little sort of dial kind of thing. And I always prefer to use a keyboard to actually just enter in the amount, but I inadvertently, while trying to click into that, was moving the dial around, and that was annoying me, so I therefore got distracted. And G, go take over my weapons now. Fortunately, I had a spare mantis, so it doesn't really matter. Sure, I can potentially trade those for scrap in an event or something. Like that one. Wheeling and dealing. That mind control is annoying, but whatever. The ship has almost no way to hurt me, and their crew are like pathetically weak. By the way, I am going to continue to do this until I train myself to stop inadvertently venting my own crew. This is a good run to do that on because, like, I will win. I could vent all of my crew but one and still win this run because I have the cloak hack cycle and amazing weapons. I do not need to teleport in the slightest. Surrender your stuff to me. Level 3 cloud. Okay. Frankly, had we not lost the mantis there, I would have thrown a mantis off the ship anyway in exchange for that rock, so everything is fine. Save my new crew positions. I'm not sure I need attack here, given Vulcan. You go over here to draw the remaining crew member in, lock the door. Go to the rebel stronghold. I think that should be my practice, is send them to the places where they'll get vented with speed hack off, make sure I've turned the clone bay on, and then only turn it on then. It's a big nebula, which admittedly cannot have look around in it, but is still pretty good. I'll go to the store right away, I have enough. That's when I sell the Pegasus missile especially, I can buy anything that was interesting here, which is nothing. Let's get all of them. I was hoping that I could find long-range cannons. This ship I definitely do need to use all of my tools because it's nasty. You know, they have double fast ions, and a combat drone, and there's an asteroid field. Let's take all of that shit out. I might potentially be able to get training for my new rock, but whatever, he's just gonna man doors. I don't need to hack this shit. Okay, and I will be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. Oh yes, we're in the Rebel Stronghold. We haven't found look around. I'm going to hit all these nebula jumps anyway. Give me your low scrap reward. I demand it. They couldn't dodge, so it was safe to turn the speed hack on them. Sure. Welcome aboard. Skip the distress beacon. No, we don't trust rebels. Okay, this is a real offer. The quest this gives is often quite bad. But I will accept it. Also, get off my ship. Let's shift my crew around just because of that. Although I have the, it's not really all that dangerous because I have the Zoltan that I can move in there. Don't have anything to sell. Don't attack this. One of these weapons going down makes the fight completely safe. And it was guaranteed to have that happen before they could fire them. This one does need hacking. I guess you might as well be in there helping to punch. Nope. Let's just... Doesn't look like we're finding it. We don't need to hack this. Nice long cloak you got there. Aid the civilian ship. See, we're not finding look around. Okay, board here, but I don't think that's what we wanted. Our guns are strong enough now to not waste our time with that. Like I said, this ship, when it actually gets out ahead of things, is absurd. So we'll get some scrap here. It's usually a low reward. It can occasionally be a better one, but this is the most common outcome there. Whatever, I vented that rebel. I could buy that and use it instead of the Heavy 2 to not need to go to Weapons 8, but no, I like the Heavy 2. Let's get into the next sector. Go slug. Let's do this for now. Got some jumps up here that we can't reach. No, Slocknog. Welcome aboard, Slocknog. You can replace Butters. And if I get a chance, I will train Slocknog up to be a pilot. Take a distress beacon. It's asking me how many moons there are. I did not actually look. So we got our stuff stolen. I knew that it could be that, and I just forgot to actually take a note of how many there were. I thought it said 7. I think it said 6. Whatever. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't pay attention and you answer that question wrong. I'm not sure why I even went to that beacon, because it just gives you a slug, which we have just got. And I was not about to get, you know. I suppose it might have been a slug that had pilot training, but it isn't really worth potentially losing crew for that. Not potentially losing crew, potentially losing stuff. Yeah, I engaged that too early. Oh, cool. Okay, well, I guess I don't need the Heavy 2 after all. Although, actually, what am I talking about? Do this. Hooray! somewhere where I can get crew in. Oh, Elon, you can just all die. I'd like to go to that store just to sell my now unnecessary burst of 1. Hail the refugee ship. Cool, this is typically a double scrap reward. And once we are through the golden shield, these slugs are very, very dead. Don't even need to use a hacking drone. $90 scrap. I don't think we need to vent you because we're going to a store next. Or are we? Should we go here first? Nah, go there first. We can just out-damage them at that. Here, I'll leave them alive. Good lord. It's the burst laser store. Yeah, it is unfortunate that they're not burst 1, burst 2, burst 3. I could buy the burst 2 to make my weapons better, but honestly, let's just... Actually, let's see. Sell this. If I bought the burst 2 here, I would jettison the heavy 2 and run flak burst 2, heavy 1. That would cost me 80 scrap. Getting the weapon upgrade is 100. It is a little bit cheaper, but no, I just want more heavy laser shots. Like I say, I like the heavy 2. It is probably the slightly better play there to do that, but whatever. Nope. Yeah, I'm not going to suffocate. You have misunderstood the situation. I'm going to board a 4-person room in order that we can kill them more quickly. Fuck. Yeah, slightly messed this up. For some reason my mantis went over there on their own. Whatever. They also won the fight. Anyway, I'm going to head off for a moment to get myself some coffee, and we'll finish the run when I'm back. You should get vented. Now I'll go off and get some coffee. Right, I have coffee. Let's go kill rebels. You need to think about your build. Get that upgrade first. Hopefully this time Sector 8 is not atrocious like it was last run. I don't have long-range scanners to take advantage of a good one, but on the other hand, I just need it to not be completely fucking dreadful, and this is a much better start. This is one that we need to get a crew kill on to not get a low scrap reward, but that was lined up perfectly. scrap from here, just board. Nope. And just take a couple of more jumps before we go to the base. Max out on power. This is basically the same fight we just did, although the weapons are different. Ooh. How to know when you haven't turned speed hack off? This is another one that I need to do a crew kill to get a good reward from, but again... Okay, this is annoying because of where they put the weapons they have. Slocknog, you're a hero, go and deal with this. Stop that. Go in with all my guns up. I mean, for phase 1 I don't really need. Yeah, I'll do it anyway. Go in like this. Oh yes, I should have moved 2 people out, of course. So we're gonna do, that's annoying. We're gonna do the usual boarding strats of hack missiles, board the side rooms. I will actually shoot the missiles once and take them down before I switch my weapons off, just so that I don't have to actually execute on that properly to not get damaged. Yeah, now I can do this. And everything is fine. They fix the breach, but they're never going to get to fix the actual system. Let them punch that down, and it will lock again. We'll lose this, but we'll just immediately walk more people over. Timing on that is when it no longer says dying on your where the crew member is. Otherwise, if you warp in before that dying animation hasn't finished playing, one of them will get shunted out there. Albeit, since I have a lock on the door, that doesn't actually matter so much. But in case it ever does come up in a situation where it does matter, it's useful to know. Like that. That is a situation where I did it wrong. Lockdown. I'll let them punch the door down this time. Do this. Mullet. Lock the doors. Even though I haven't locked the room they're in, I've locked the door that they have to go through, so it doesn't matter. Now we'll turn the guns on and punch the shields. Leave 2 power bars aside just because they have the hack on my backup battery. No cloak. I don't even need to wait for them to finish breaking the shields. And can I get another jump in? Yes, I can. So hopefully I can get that and upgrade my backup battery for maximum power. Normally with a boarding ship I'm not putting 8 power into weapons, so I feel like I'm a little short on power here compared to what I'm used to. Unfortunately there is no fight there. Well, I'll upgrade the backup battery before phase 3. In this phase I want to board with 2 people and I want to leave 2 crystals behind to deal with the boarding drone. I only need level 1 teleporter, and I don't need to power cloaking initially. Board missiles immediately break them. That's a little annoying. Yeah, those are going to burn down. And you will die when my weapons go off now. Okay, now this phase, we obviously can't board at first. They're gonna mind control somebody. Hopefully it's not the pilot. But, you know, that was... we couldn't really get a training fight. Is there a fight? Actually, maybe that fight where the enemy was just incredibly weak. I should have... yeah, I could have done that, actually. The one that had an ion blast and 2 beams. I didn't think about that because I was so distracted by how hilariously bad that setup was. It doesn't matter. Mind controlled the mantis. That's whatever. early, I feel like. So we can probably zero damage this by hacking the missiles, because our weapons are good enough, and we're also able to... Yeah, that was a bit early. So, it may be that we just get tagged here, because... But we didn't. Take their stuff out. So yeah, they should be 0 damage. I would have killed there had I not clicked the wrong button. But it doesn't matter. Very, very easy run. That's my highest scoring run on this streak so far, which doesn't surprise me. We never got long-range scanners, but we did find quite a reasonable number of fights and got out rolling quite quickly with lots of crew drops. So that's number 5. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Zoltan B is up next, and that's a ship I struggle on sometimes, but hopefully I can overcome that. So, I will see you next time. Bye for now.